As I've gotten older, I've noticed one fact about this life, and that fact is this. Strong and independent men intimidate lesser and weaker men. This fact reminds me of a quote from Howard Roark, the protagonist of Ayn Rand's novel, The Fountainhead. In that novel, Roark said this. He said, "Notice how they will accept anything except a man who stands alone. They recognize him at once, and there's a special insidious kind of hatred for him. The independent man kills them because they don't exist within him. Notice the malignant kind of resentment against any idea that propounds independence. Notice the malice toward an independent man." Now, who are the they that Mr. Roark is talking about? They are the people who are too afraid to think for themselves. And you see people like this every day. They are the people who never accomplish anything of real value because they waste their lives settling for the safety of the status quo, or they waste their time chasing the empty approval of others. They are little boys pretending to be men. They are little girls pretending to be women. They are the people who are too afraid to trust in their own mind and stand on their own 2 feet like an adult. They are insecure cowards and sniveling little weasels, and they despise men like Howard Roark, independent men who think for themselves and establish their own values, men of integrity, who take responsibility for their own lives and go out and earn their own self-respect and their own happiness on a daily basis. These are the real men. And they hate real men because these phony men can't or won't do the work necessary to earn anything of real value in their own lives. They are weak men, men with no chests, as C.S. Lewis would say, men with weak minds and weaker backs. They're the type of people who build themselves up by tearing other people down. The twin demons of bitterness and insecurity live rent-free in their minds. And those demons bare their fangs every time they dump their cynical filth all over people who are brave enough and strong enough to actually stand up and achieve their values in life. They are jealous of real men, men who are productive and successful. And the only way they can cope with their jealousy is by hating those independent men who accomplish the things that they never could. Don't be a they. The country has enough theys, okay? They are all over the place. They are the people who are cheating because they can't win in a fair fight. They are the people who are sitting around with their self-entitled hands out demanding that someone spoon-feed them the respect and the happiness that they think they deserve. And like the brats that they are, if they don't get what they want when they want it, they'll hold their breath and roll around and pitch a red-faced fit. Those are the people you see that are doing all the rioting and setting other people's property, the property that other people have worked hard to produce. They are burning that property to the ground because they are jealous of people who have actually gone out and worked hard and made something of themselves. They are the people who sucker punch people from behind. People who terrorize older people and women and children. Don't be a they. They are miserable people who live miserable and empty lives. Be an I, an independent individual. Be your own man. Be the kind of man who doesn't sit around with his hands out, but instead puts his hands to good use doing something productive like going out and building a meaningful life for himself. Be the kind of man who achieves his own values, who earns his own happiness and earns his own self-respect. Be the kind of man who embraces the responsibility of thinking for himself. The kind of man who's self-motivated. the kind of man who's willing to be an adult and to go out and work hard like a real man, like a grown-up, like a man who's willing to work hand in hand with God to achieve his own destiny and create a beautiful life. God knows the country needs more eyes. The world needs more eyes, more individuals. The eyes are the people who keep the world spinning. They're the people who build stuff and create stuff that helps out society. They're not the ones that are out there burning society to the ground. Independent men, independent people, they're the ones who actually earn good things for themselves. They create that kind of ideal life. And that kind of life is within your reach. As long as you have the heart and the mind and the spine to go out, be brave, be strong, and achieve it. As long as you resolve yourself to live every second of every day, not as a they, but as an I, as an individual, as a real man. Now, if this video has earned your approval, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That's all I got for today. I'll see you on the next one.